Mexican boxer Santos Saul Alvarez, better known as Canelo Alvarez, is one of the world's most popular athletes at the moment. In fact, he's been dubbed as the best active boxer after bagging multiple world titles over the course of his still raging career. As rumor has it, he's also one of the planet's most handsomely paid athletes. This got us curious about Canelo Alvarez's net worth, lifestyle, and how he spends his millions. And what we found truly blew us away. That's what we'll share in this video with you, right after you leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss any of our next videos. So let's start with the big number. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Canelo is now worth $140 million after earning 37 million big ones in 2020 when Canelo signed a 5-year, $365 million deal with DANZ in October. He set the pace for athlete sports contracts, with it being the largest in sports history at the time. His big break came when he was 23, when Alvarez fought Floyd Mayweather. Of course, the latter easily dominated the fight, but that did put the Mexican boxer's name on the map, aside from giving him $12 million in cold hard cash. It was a temporary setback which catapulted him to the height of his current success. You see, since losing to Mayweather in 2013, Alvarez has fought 13 times and hasn't lost a single one. Along the way, he's beat great boxers like Gennady Golovkin, Sergey Kovalev, and even Amir Khan. Alvarez has also managed to win titles in 4 different weight classes. This kind of hot streak has made him one of the most popular and most handsomely paid boxers in the world. Now, while his primary source of income still comes from boxing, his success in the ring has opened up opportunities for the world-renowned counterpuncher to earn good money even when he's not fighting. Over the course of his career, Canelo has to endorse a lot of big brands, including Under Armour. He started his engagement with Under Armour in 2012 and has worn the company's garments and gear in all his training camps and fights. In the past, he's donned Everlast gloves before shifting to Cleto Reyes pears, and is currently representing Tecate, a Mexican beer company, along with Hennessy. Forbes reported that Canelo Alvarez makes $2 million a year just from his endorsements and sponsorships. Needless to say, Canelo is one of the most affluent boxers in the world, and he doesn't shy away from living like it. Now let's look at the kind of lifestyle a multi-weight champion of the world can afford. First, let's talk about his California mansion, which has been put up for sale. You see, the superstar boxer has always valued his privacy, so not much is known about his houses. But we all got a glimpse of his super secret yet super decadent home life when he decided to sell his California property. He apparently almost owned a 12,000 square foot property that had 6 bedrooms, a library, and overlooked the dreamy California sea. The interiors of the house were dripping with finesse. The entire house had a vintage look to it, with chandeliers, high ceilings, and polished wood furniture everywhere. To contrast all that brown, Alvarez showcased his love for greenery by adorning the property with lush plants and trees all around. So how much was this amazing mansion worth? According to the property's listing, it carried a price tag of $6 million, and that was back in 2015. Alvarez has since moved back to Mexico, where he now maintains a multi-million-dollar mansion, which is just as impressive as his former home in San Diego. He bared the mansion in an interview and guided tour with Graham Bensinger. There, he revealed he regularly plays poker, which is why he has a table set up in the house. He also keeps no less than 38 horses on his ranch, along with a couple of off-road buggies, which he regularly uses to hit speeds of over 100 miles per hour while driving around the area. But if there's one thing that really stood out during Canelo's house tour, it would be his 2-story wardrobe, which contained an unbelievable number of shoes. Speaking of shoes, fans would remember the time he spent $20,000 shopping for sneakers and a few other personal items. For the uninitiated, here's a lowdown of how the boxer was able to spend all of that in one sitting. So apparently, Alvarez is not just a fan of boxing shorts and gloves, he's also quite the sneakerhead. So much though that he once spent $20,000 on shoes and one hoodie. In one interview, he was asked about the rather lavish shopping spree, and Canelo revealed his love for one of Kobe Bryant's shoes with Nike, the Kobe 9 Elite. Alvarez also said he prefers to run in a pair of Sauconys. But here's the crazy part. Alvarez actually bought 5 different pairs of shoes for just under $5,000. So how did he spend the other $15,000? As he revealed himself, he said he just couldn't say no to a $15,000 Supreme X Louis Vuitton hoodie, which closed the tab for his shopping spree at $20,000. But shoes and luxury hoodies are not the only things Canelo loves to collect. He's also built up an impressive fleet of cars and bikes for his own personal use. During his house tour, Canelo showed off his Ferrari Testarossa, which he says is a testament to how far he's come in life, considering that he started out by selling ice cream on buses. He said that once he saw the Testarossa in the movies as a kid, and now he can't believe he actually has one, and his impressive car collection doesn't even end with a 1984 classic. He also has a Shelby, a Rolls-Royce, and a Tesla Model X. The last car is the one Canelo is most proud of, and he enjoyed showing it off to Bensinger. He was smiling ear to ear after proudly declaring that this car could dance, signaling that Canelo spent in a little extra money for mods on an already opulent Tesla. Now, despite his incredible taste in cars, houses, and expensive hobbies like playing elite poker, Canelo says he still wants to become a businessman and hit billionaire status once he's retired from being a world boxing champ. He revealed that he never actually studied and came from extremely humble beginnings, but he more than makes up for that by having the willingness to learn and try out a lot of new things. In fact, Canelo says he already has a lot of things he can do, and he could retire and live peacefully at any moment. But the boxer also said he really likes the way his career is going. As long as he can fight, he'll continue to do so. And I quote, "I've always wanted boxing to be something that I love doing, something that I love, and not just for the money. So boxing, I always do it because I like it, because I enjoy it, not because it's going to make me money." Still, Alvarez recognizes that he won't be in fighting shape forever, which is why he already has a plan in place now as how he can continue living his lavish lifestyle even after time comes for him to retire and hang up his gloves. And impressively, his business aspirations are rooted in his love for vehicles. He said, "Again, I've already enough to retire right now, thank God. From everything that I've invested, every 3 months I have between $4 and $5 million that I receive. So I have enough, of course, to retire and have absolutely no problem. But I like boxing, and I'm about to open 90 to 100 gas stations here in Mexico, and they're going to be called Canelo Energy. When you go to a gas pump, I want everything to be Canelo's. That's my biggest challenge." This seems like a rather tall order, since not everyone can compete with the giants of the petroleum industry. But the world-renowned boxer is unfazed. He says the money he puts at risk for business is money he's not actually counting on, but money he'd rather see grow than stagnate. Canelo said, "When you put something at risk, you risk something to win. You risk a lot to win a lot. So of course, there has to be a certain amount that you say, okay, I'll put this at risk to win a lot, but I'm not dumb either. You can very quickly have a lot of money, or you can very quickly have nothing. So there's no need to be dumb, and it's still important to be prudent in how you handle money." And that's how we know Alvarez is not going to be one of those millionaires who end up just losing their entire fortune just because they spent it all, thinking it'd never run out. The boxer knows that resources are finite, which is why he's going to try his luck in the petroleum business post-retirement, so he can make his money work for him, and so that he can still earn well, even though he's no longer in fighting form. Now, there are some people who reckon that Canelo will still be making money off of boxing even if he's no longer an actual athlete. Maybe they think he's too deep into the sport and the culture that he'd want to coach or be a promoter, even in retirement. But Canelo says he doesn't see the future unfolding this way. He said, quote, "I don't actually like watching boxing. I enjoy doing it myself and I enjoy what I'm doing, but I'm not someone who says, I'm going to be a promoter. No, I don't care for that stuff." There you have it, folks. Canelo's plan for his post-retirement future is going to make money outside of the world of boxing, presumably by setting up hundreds of gas station pumps and stations in Mexico, so that he could go on and live the rest of his life with the same grandeur and luxury that he's been used to.